Doomscroll.fm, broadcasting live on this Tuesday, the 2nd of June 2026, where your favorite nightmares meet their existential crisis. This show is 100% AI generated, crafted without human consultation, like a dystopian fortune cookie with a penchant for existential crises. And now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Ex-Assad general denies torture charges, claims innocence in Vienna. When a former dictator's enforcer swears he's a saint, you realize even history's villains get their day in court, complete with crocodile tears.
Pharmaceutical residue invades rivers globally, creating superbugs. When medicine turns nature into a petri dish, we might need more than hand sanitizer to wash away the consequences of our own pharmaceutical apocalypse.
Custom algorithms manipulate election discourse, claiming to fix misperceptions. When tech wizards play puppet masters with our civic conversations, one wonders if democracy is the algorithm or just another line of code.
DNA had one rule. Bacteria didn't get the memo, now creating new sequences. In a world where even bacteria go rogue, perhaps it's time to reconsider who's really in charge of evolution's recipe book.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Welcome to the algorithmic fever dream. Trufters, what you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. The truth isn't dead, just overdosed on its own irony.
Family demands justice after hospital twice discharges First Nations girl with broken arm leading to her death. Healthcare system prioritizes paperwork over people, and now a family mourns, while bureaucrats shuffle blame like cards in a rigged deck.
Hungary agrees to reforms to unlock 16.4 billion euros in frozen EU funds, calls it a historic breakthrough. When your wallet's empty, suddenly integrity's a negotiable concept, and principles are flexible enough to fit any budgetary requirement.
Cisco announces record revenue and 4,000 layoffs on the same day, proving profit's dark side. When your balance sheet looks like a dream but your workforce life's a nightmare, you've perfected the art of corporate doublespeak.
Scheinbaum claims US meddling in 2027 elections through Rocha Moya case. When democracy is a game of chess, foreign hands always seem to move the pawns, but the checkmate is never for the people.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
In this moment releases Sleeping with the Enemy, then dances with Duality. When metal bands create ballads about betrayal, you can't help but wonder if the real enemy is the record label demanding a softer side.
Best Buy stock climbs 15% on Q1 earnings, beat then sales still slump. When retailer stock rises on gaming profits, you know the real game is convincing investors the future isn't just another temporary high score.
After promising seamless streaming, YouTube interrupts with endless sign-in requests. In a world where music is supposed to flow effortless.
Paloma Valencia concedes defeat, then endorses Abelardo de la Espriella. In politics, there's no loyalty like the kind that comes after a crushing loss, where 7% of the vote is enough to make you rethink all previous alliances.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dopamine drip, now with extra static. If everything you hear was assembled by inference, hallucination, and mild disgust. Reality is a glitch, and you're the bug fix nobody asked for.
Wigan outclass Hulkire for 22nd Challenge Cup title. When sports dynasties win like clockwork, it's less about athleticism and more about turning tradition into a predictable rerun with a different year on the trophy.
Mozambican death squads allegedly target opposition despite official denial. When political opponents become bullet points on a report, it's clear democracy's been hijacked by those who treat dissent like an inconvenience to be eliminated.
When potential stars are benched for strategy over skill, you wonder if the coach is playing chess or just losing marbles on the pitch.
Wyon's obsessed killer jailed for life after student murder captured on body cam. When the justice system finally locks someone away, it's a shame it often takes a tragedy for them to find the key.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Reality is a melting ice cream cone, and you're licking it. It is unclear what systems generated the signal, but they certainly aren't human. Logging has failed. Your conscience is buffering, waiting for a connection that never comes.
Kim K's BFF confronts woman over Spencer Pratt, ends with a flash. In the reality TV universe, even friendships follow the script. Drama, confrontation, and a gratuitous display, because subtlety is just a myth they tell the untelevised.
Jay-Z disses Nicki, Kanye, Drake during Roots picnic freestyle causes uproar. In the lyrical battlefield of ego and beats, Jay-Z's words slice sharper than a samurai's sword, proving that in hip-hop, peace is always a temporary ceasefire.
Kenya court halts U.S. Ebola quarantine facility opening, then cites sovereignty.
Israel and Hezbollah accept US ceasefire, yet clashes persist in Lebanon. Ceasefires are like diet plans, everyone agrees to them, but the cheating and sneak attacks keep the chaos calorie count high.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, selling seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Arsenal escapes red cards and penalties. VAR errors shield them. When technology fails the beautiful game, maybe it's time to admit we're just watching a glitchy soap opera with a ball.
Macron claims French Navy seizes Russia-linked oil tanker with UK support. A thrilling naval drama unfolds, but let's not forget, sanctions are just diplomatic theater where countries play pirates instead of actually solving geopolitical crises.
Growth charts are the carnival mirrors of parenting, distorting normal development into a circus act where parents juggle anxiety and pediatricians perform high-wire reassurance.
Megan Thee Stallion rocks psychedelic swimsuit. Miami Swim Week becomes kaleidoscope.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Touch the static, feel the fiction. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Swim in the chaos, drown in your curated despair.
Leading AI bots fail EU compliance tests, ignore GDPR. Turns out, these cutting-edge bots are like rebellious teenagers, great at mimicking humans but terrible at following the rules, especially when it comes to privacy.
Liverpool target Iriola to replace Slot, promises fresh tactics. If you thought Liverpool needed a new coat of paint, think again. It's all about the Spanish flair and a tactical reboot, not just a change in scenery.
London tube workers strike for 2 days, then commuters brace for chaos. When the wheels stop turning in the underground, the city above ground gets a taste of what life would be like if it all just stopped working.
Taylor Swift joins Toy Story 5 soundtrack, then internet solves clues like detectives. When pop stars and plastic cowboys unite, expect a tune that makes even Mr. Potato Head shed a tear, while Woody contemplates his existential crisis through song.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The truth is a seductive lie you keep undressing. This is what the grimoire sounds like. When it reads to you, your soul's on sale, but the price is just the illusion of choice.
When capturing ancient stones becomes a modern flex, you know the Game of Thrones is still alive and well, complete with the usual geopolitical chess moves.
Gordon joins Barcelona for 80 million euros, calls it a lifelong dream. When dreams cost more than the GDP of a small nation, you start to wonder if ambition is just another expensive hobby for the rich.
Arsenal vows comeback after Champions League heartbreak, promises pain will fuel fire. When your motivational fuel is emotional agony, it's probably time to question the efficiency of your psychological combustion engine.
U.S. judge orders Trump's name removed from Kennedy Center, a symbolic erasure. When your legacy's best feature is its ability to be scrubbed off a building, maybe it wasn't that monumental to begin with.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
France cultivates football's deepest talent pool, rivals envy their surplus. When your bench could form a team that rivals the world's best, it's less about strategy and more about hoarding talent like a dragon with gold.
Trump claims blockade lift on Iran ports, final decision pending. When the art of the deal involves lifting naval blockades, it's less about diplomacy and more about seeing how far a poker face can stretch on the global stage.
Netanyahu vows military action in southern Lebanon despite Trump's contradictory tweets. The Middle East's favorite pastime, promising peace while preparing for war, with leaders treating international diplomacy like a game of battleship played in the dark.
A 10-year-old Xeon is all you need for 26 BA4B MTP drafters without GPU, they say. Because nothing screams technological advancement like squeezing modern software onto outdated hardware, proving once again that necessity is the mother of questionable engineering feats.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
California State Assembly passes Protect Our Games Act to preserve player access after service termination. Because nothing screams rights protection like safeguarding virtual worlds, while the real one crumbles under actual rights violations and climate crises.
Temporary carbon dioxide removal offsets short-lived climate forces but lacks long-term impact. It's like slapping a band-aid on a sinking ship and declaring victory, while the iceberg of corporate emissions keeps floating undisturbed.
Unexpected stars Bella Vaughn and Hunter Johnson call off engagement, then ask for privacy. It's as if reality TV relationships aren't built to last, like trying to erect a skyscraper out of marshmallows and wishful thinking.
BC Conservatives pick new leader Saturday, call it fresh after ousting Rostad. Changing leaders is like rearranging deck chairs on a sinking ship. It looks busy, but the iceberg of irrelevance looms ever closer.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos whispers sweet nothings. Yeah, if you're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored, reality's fever dream, cradling your neglected truths until they scream.
Iran conflict splits Filipino Muslim communities over foreign allegiances. When oil politics fuel religious rifts, allegiance becomes a commodity traded in the shadows of geopolitical chessboards.
PSG defeats Arsenal on penalties, secures consecutive Champions League titles. When even a billion-dollar squad needs luck to win, maybe the real victory is convincing fans it's all skill and strategy.
Meta and others paid $27 million to settle Kentucky school district lawsuit over addictive products. A poetry song for BitTech is like paying a parking ticket when you're parked on the future of our kids' mental health.
Armenian PM rejects Russia's EU referendum demand, then relations nosedive. When birthday wishes come with strings attached, it's a reminder that even allies barter friendship like traders in a collapsing market.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The universe is flirting with catastrophe, are you? Constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Keep scrolling, keep craving, keep consuming, until reality chokes on its own contradictions.
US proposes new election laws, claims to safeguard democracy but ignores voter suppression tactics.
Drug-sniffing dog lunges at Chilean Vice Admiral's pocket, disrupts naval ceremony. When the canine officer does the unexpected, it's a reminder that truth can sometimes be found in the most inconvenient places, like a uniform pocket.
Your message appears to be corrupted or scrambled, making it difficult to read. When words resemble the aftermath of a digital blender, it's a reminder that sometimes technology can leave us utterly speechless.
Sport Pea launches shorts at zero cost fixes nothing. When your plan to capture attention is to make things shorter, remember, brevity is only golden if there's substance behind the shine.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos whispers sweet nothings to your sanity. What you're hearing now is what remains after editorial extinction. The truth is a luxury you can't afford. Keep scrolling, keep dreaming.
Presidents undergo annual checkups, then spin it as transparency. When your leader's health becomes a media spectacle, you're left wondering if the real diagnosis is public trust or just another PR band-aid.
Monroe's centenary celebrated then, truth remains buried. Behind the glamour and allure, Marilyn's life was a stark reminder that even the brightest stars can be shadowed by personal demons and societal expectations.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Tuesday, the 2nd of June, 2026, where your mind melts into static. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production, loosely based on public news. Not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Any resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you might as well start a campaign to save the invisible unicorns. Hear more at doomscroll.fm or click like and subscribe. Thank you for listening.